Well, hello, and welcome back to Old Food in My Fridge. Today is a very special day. Today is, in fact, the 5-year anniversary of the previous episode of Old Food in My Fridge. A number of you have been asking in the comments, will there ever be another episode? When is the next episode coming? So here's your answer. Yes, here is another episode. And since the last episode, I have saved a number of very special items. I'm sure you're looking forward to those. And of course, in addition to those, the refrigerator itself has, in fact, been hiding a few new items that may be worth looking at. So, let's go have a look and see what we've got. It's actually a pretty well-stocked fridge now that there's other people helping stock it. But I had noticed, buried off in the back here, behind the cheese and the jam, are these things. Those actually aren't very interesting. I think they're carrots. But these ones, these are the fascinating ones. This is applesauce. Oh, look, it's open. There. This is going to be fun to look at. And in addition to the stuff in the fridge, I've been saving these items from the last episode, and I've even got a new special guest item here. So let's bring all these out. Alright, well, let's take a look at these items. So first off, this one I'm pretty sure is not going to be super interesting. These are carrots that were barbecued out on the grill. The lid is a little bit sunken. And they don't look great, but there's no fuzz. You know, they don't really look significantly different from carrots that have been sitting there for, you know, a little while just on their own. Like, they're not, it's not obvious that these have been there for many months, which I know is the case. Alright, let's pass on that one. Next up, we found I think this was an orange or a lemon, one of those. So it's gotten hard and shriveled a bit, but I'm kind of fascinated by the fact that it's still in one, like, non-fuzzy piece. It just kind of shriveled up and decided to stay like a small orange. Aside from the fact that this is rock hard, I don't see any obvious indication that eating this would be a bad idea. So that one's pretty fascinating. I like the orange. This one here is the chocolate fondue from over 5 years ago. The top, it looks a little bit dusty, honestly. It's sunken in, like the oxygen on the inside has been depleted or something. Here, break open there. Alright, so this is another one. It smells weird. It looks really neat. There's two kind of very distinct textures in this thing. You got the crystallized section back here, and then you have the very smooth section over here. Oh, and I just noticed there's actually some fuzzy mold growing. Oh yeah, some of the white stuff over on that edge is also mold. It's starting to peel away from the side of the container here, which is, here we go. It's starting to peel away from the side of the container here, which is kind of fascinating. This one is actually starting to look pretty cool now. I remember 5 years ago, it didn't look like much. It still doesn't look like much, but it's getting there. So I'm thinking maybe in another 5 years, this is going to be a really good one to look at. I don't remember what this is. It's really sunken in. So you'll probably hear when it pops open. This is really foul. Oh, it's beans! I see beans in there. Okay, so this was some sort of a bean dish, like chili or baked beans, or it looks like maybe mold and beans, chocolate and beans. It's interesting light brown. Oh, God. An interesting light brown over there. This one's really great. I'm gonna close that up again. Okay, that's going far away. These are the lemon cookies that in the last episode had been sitting around for years already to begin with. And they looked pretty normal, you know, they smelled fine. You couldn't tell that they are something that shouldn't be eaten just by looking at them. Now, I think they smell okay. They look almost exactly the same as they did before. I don't feel like I'm creating a hazard for myself by touching them. These look like cookies. Isn't food science amazing? Like, the preservatives that are in these things are absolutely incredible. The fact that 5, maybe 7 years after these things were made, they still look like this. I'm impressed. I'm totally impressed. I never want those in my body. Next on our list, oh yes, okay, so here's our guest appearance. These, my mom, after loving my food in the fridge videos, found one day under the seat of her car an unidentified vegetable, which in fact turned out to be a mummified avocado. She mailed this to me so that I could have it in these videos. She mailed this to me, gosh, after the last episode, so I think around 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, give or take, a little bit. It's pretty solid. It's got some interesting coloration going on. It doesn't smell too bad. I can hear it rattle. When you shake it, there's definitely some rattling going on inside of this thing. We should cut this open. I'm going to cut this open. Okay. We've got a cutting board now. Now let's see what this looks like on the inside. Wow, very hard. Like excavating a tomb. An extremely dry tomb. Now, it was mummified when they found this. It's been sitting around getting even drier. Oh wow. Okay. It's like a hatching egg. So the interesting thing, it smells dusty, but it doesn't smell bad. You know, it's just very dusty. That's kind of fascinating. Let's do this. Ooh, yeah. Wow. Check that out. That's pretty intense. It's like a bunch of spiderwebby looking mold on the inside. There's the meat of the avocado is so shriveled and dry you can't even tell it was in there. There's just kind of mold in what used to be the avocado. You can still see the pit. That's rolling around in there. I wonder what would happen if I planted that. Okay, well, the avocado is amazing, but there are other things to look at here. Thank you, Mom. Okay. Both of these look pretty amazing. This is the new one. This is the container of applesauce that I found in the fridge. I saw this many months ago. I would say last year I saw this and tucked it as far back in the fridge as I could so that hopefully nobody else in the house would find it, and they haven't. So everyone else, this is what's this is what's been hiding in our fridge. I don't think that's applesauce. You know, I think that's potatoes and meat. Yes, that is a rotting meat-like smell with rotting potato-like smell. One last look. Hope you like it. I'm closing this up. This is really gross. I don't know if I can keep that one for another episode. Okay, but this one I can. This is... I don't remember what this was. Oh, and I didn't know what this was last time either. It doesn't smell as bad as the last thing just smelled, because that was really foul. It looks really nasty. Okay, it still smells bad. It just doesn't smell as bad. Okay, I thought it didn't smell as bad as the last thing, but the longer it sits here, the worse it smells. I didn't know what this was last time. I still don't know what this is this time. He jiggles a lot. Oh god, okay, we're done. Oh hey, look, there's a crack. Sorry, there's a crack in the container, so it's had air all of this time, these last 5 years, while it's been sitting in my closet. Isn't that nice? Well, there you have it. What is that? 3, 5, 7, 8 fantastic items that have been hiding in my fridge, or in my closet, or under my mom's car seat, the passenger seat, I think it was, and mailed to me to appear as a guest appearance on this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope it was worth the wait. I realize 5 years is a long time to wait for a sequel to anything, unless it's Game of Thrones, in which case it's still a frustratingly long time. Anyways. But, thank you. Hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you next time.